Hey guys, good to be back. I've been away with work and a couple of other commitments, but I'm back now in the heat. I'm absolutely boiling here. It's like 27 degrees in my garage, and that's why I'm coming to you in a vest. I've got a bit of a different review today, still in the sort of outdoor tactical kind of area, and I'm looking at footwear. I thought it'd be good to take a look at something I've been wearing lately that I've been really impressed by. These are pretty new, so this isn't a long-term review, but it's you know, food for thought for you guys that want something in the summer that's going to still be allowing you to get outside into sort of rugged areas and do the kind of things you want to do and not suffer from, you know, horrendous sweaty feet or have really heavy tactical boots on. I mean, I even wear tactical boots to the gym, so I'm pretty much used to it, but they're in this heat, they're not the most comfortable. So I found a solution. These are Salomon Speed Assault 2, and they are incredibly light. So these are coming in, I think, 320 grams, which, you know, is like half the weight, maybe more than half the weight of what I would normally wear. But they are still very rugged. You can see on the sole, it's got a really grippy sole on that. So if I'm out and about and trying to get up inclines and walk around in sort of sandy, muddy areas and stuff, they're more than capable. These are aimed at, you know, tactical end users. If you're in military, police, or you're just someone that does a lot of sort of rugged stuff at the weekends, then these are the things for you. I like the weight for a start. I quite like the style. You know, they do it in a multitude of colours, but they're all this non-reflective type of material, so they're not maybe the things you want to wear if you're going out biking at night, but they are the sort of things you're going to wear if you're operating and you don't want reflections coming off of the things you're wearing. A lot of people are wearing these instead of patrol boots. You know, it depends on your uniform and what you're allowed to wear or not allowed to wear, but I do read a lot of reviews with these things from people that say these are the most comfortable patrol boots they've ever worn. And from someone who spent 23 years working in the security industry, I know a thing or two about very uncomfortable shoes and long hours walking around in them, you know, tactical boots and stuff like that. A lot of them are great for protecting your feet, but actually they're not great for spending 15-16 hours in, and you end up with like very painful feet, swollen ankles, stuff like that, and that's not good for your health. So it's definitely worth considering something like this. They're not waterproof, you know, they're more aimed towards kind of summer wear or dry environment wear. But what I would say is if you do get them wet, they dry extremely quickly. So, I mean, if you're not out in sort of Arctic conditions or you're looking for something to waterproof you because you're trying not to get cold, in terms of you getting them wet, they're fine to get wet. They dry off really quick. You know, if you're running around in the summer and you sort of jump in the lake and you had them on and you jumped back out, and they would be dry in no time at all. They're excellent fit. I really struggle with footwear. You know, I've got quite wide fitting feet. I'm a size 10. Normally a size 10 comes up pretty sort of tight on the width. These were absolutely fine, very snug, very comfortable as soon as I put them on, and they had no pinch points. You know, often you get pinch points around here, but this is actually incredibly soft material and it didn't pinch at all, wasn't cutting into the skin or anything like that. They're highly breathable, so my feet don't sweat in these. Like, you know, again, some of the tactical boots, especially the waterproof ones, your feet do get very sweaty, and if you're getting hot, sweaty feet, that's, you know, a climate for bacteria, so you're going to start getting skin problems on your feet over long periods of time. And also, you know, you're going to end up with sort of inflamed feet because that hot, sweaty thing starts rubbing the skin, and you just get abrasions on your feet that don't go away, and that gets infected as well. Obviously, if you've got bacteria going on, pretty unpleasant. But there's certainly health reasons that you would select a very breathable, lightweight boot. They're not protected on the toe. you know, they are a lightweight boot, so if you're looking for something like a PPE, a work boot, you know, these are not what you're looking for. These are specifically designed, as it says, you know, speed assault. These are like a tactical fast boot. They're quick in and out kind of job. They're not designed for, you know, going up and kicking doors down and stuff like that. Or if you were going to do that, you would at least use that part of it. Don't toe punt any doors with these on. Hook at the back, nice and strong, so that just allows you to pull them on. One of the things I really like about these is the lacing system. I've had a similar lacing system on a pair of Hikes Nepal boots, but actually I found this even easier. So it's got a little holder at the top there, and then you can simply cinch that down. That holds nice and firm, and then there's a little pocket in the tongue that you can pop all that into, so that sits completely away, and then when you're ready to take them off, you can simply pull that thing up and it just undoes. Very comfortable. The tongue tucks in nicely, so sometimes you find with tactical boots, you know, these bits here can sort of dig into you and get quite uncomfortable, but these fold down nicely. They've got a little bit of material attaching them through there, so the tongue is actually attached all the way up, and that just folds in on itself. It's really nice soft material, and what tends to happen is that that material on other boots can be quite hard and abrasive, and that starts biting into your feet as you're doing extended walks and runs and stuff like that. They have what they call an ortholite sole, and if you can see in there, it is incredibly comfortable, you know, very cushioned to walk on, and it also feels secure. You know, there's some running shoes that feel very cushioned, but actually your feet don't feel particularly secure in. You want your feet not to be sort of rocking around inside the shoe, and the shoe to sort of be tilting either way, because that's where you start spraining your ankle. With these, I didn't have any of that. You know, I've run around, changed directions in them, and they do feel real planted when you're moving about in them. So that's excellent. As I mentioned, extremely grippy in the wet and the dry. You know, I've run around in some wet mud, I've run around on concrete, I've run around on sand, and they were grippy in all. I did have, you know, some concerns when I looked at that. I thought they're going to be great in the mud, but they're probably not going to be good on dry surfaces like concrete. They're going to be a bit slippery. But I didn't find that at all, actually. They bit in really nicely on concrete, just the same as they did on mud. I was running up some inclines, I chucked some video up, and you know, they bit down just fine. I had a nice secure foothold when I was going up inclines in them. The material on these is specifically designed not to attract sort of undergrowth and things catching on it. You know, if you're walking through wheat and stuff that would normally sort of get stuck in your shoes and become an irritation, these are what they call an anti-debris mesh on here. So although it does look like a sort of woven mesh, it hasn't picked anything up. I'm not picking up bits of plant matter and stuff as I'm walking through, which again sounds insignificant, but when you're on a really long run, what you don't want is bits of plant sort of poking you through the feet, and then you've got to stop, mess about, take your shoes off, get all these sort of bits of grass, seed and stuff that have worked their way through the mesh, unpick all that and then carry on. You just don't get it with these. I've seen these in size 4 right up to like 14, and then they've got half sizes in between, which is good, so you can ensure that you're getting a shoe that really fits you well. That's important. You know, it's important also when you're getting these things fitted and you go to a shop to buy them, make sure you take the type of socks that you're actually going to wear with them. There's no point going in a pair of dress socks or no socks, and then when you actually go to use them and you're out in the woods or whatever with a pair of thick woolen socks on, and then you find they start rubbing because they're getting really tight. So take whatever socks you're going to use out in the field and try these on with those. And last of all, price. You know, that's possibly an issue for some people. I don't think it is. It's around about the price I would always pay for decent footwear. I've seen them, you know, in the 120 to 150 pounds and dollars mark, you know, whether you buy them in the UK or you buy them in the US, they're around those two prices, 120 to 150, depending on, you know, which size you're buying, which color option you're buying, and the shop you're buying it from. I'll try and stick some links up to Amazon. I thoroughly recommend these boots. They're not something like I say, I would normally wear a pair of standard tactical boots, but they just get to be a real drag in the summer, so I've actually switched over to these and I don't regret it at all. They are awesome. When I go down the gym now, I normally wear, you know, something a bit lighter as well. I might even try these at the gym and see how they go down there, although to be honest, they're kind of more suitable, I think, for outside, and I don't really want to just wear the soles of these down running around in a gym, when actually I'll probably get better use of them on trails and stuff like that. So great pair of shoes, thoroughly recommend. You won't believe how light they are, you won't believe how comfortable they are. You have to try these guys, and at that price, you know, most of us that are buying hiking gear and are pretty serious about this kind of thing, an outdoor kit, I don't think that the price is going to be an issue for you. Thanks a lot, I'll catch you next time, take care, see you then. Get out. You fucking dick.